I'm going to tell you one of the most traumatic experiences I had in my old house involving the paranormal. Hey guys, it's Lexy. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell from the title, I will be doing a scary story time today from experiences of my old house. I have lots of paranormal activity that has happened in my previous house, so I was like, I feel like you guys would like that. So I was just gonna share a few experiences, and if you guys like it, I will obviously make a part 2 to this video, like make a little series, because like I said, there is a lot of activity that has happened, a lot of different experiences with different friends, with different family members. So I'm just gonna get right into it because yeah, you guys already know what's up. If you guys are wondering why I keep looking to the side, it is because I have an outline of what I need to say, because I just can't say stories unless I see what I need to be saying, because I just go off topic or it doesn't make sense. So just bear with me. Also, I got new shoes. Ow! I just hit my elbow and it's not funny. Anyways, I just got new shoes and they're super cute. Vans, you know, repping the Vans. Yeah, anyways, you guys don't care. Anyways, starting the story time. Cue creepy music. So I don't even know where to begin. I just know that my old house has always had like a weird feeling to it. If I was home alone, like my parents were gone vacation or something, I felt like there was always someone with me, or like someone always watching me or something. It was just not a normal feeling that you should feel at your house when you're alone, you know? So I always knew that my house had something different about it. I wasn't sure exactly what, because I hadn't experienced anything paranormal at that time. But throughout the 13 years of me living there, I realized that there's actually something happening at this house because of so much different things that's not normal. Like the taps would just turn on and off, like in my bathroom or in the kitchen. For example, I was in my basement. I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, walked out of the bathroom, started going upstairs. Then I heard in the distance like a tap running, like it sounded like water dripping in the sink. I was like, that's weird. Like, did I close the tap? Sometimes you think like you closed it, but you actually didn't. So I went back and it was off, which is weird because it sounded like there was actually water dripping from the sink. So I just brushed it off because, you know, like sometimes you forget to turn it off, or your brain will think that it's actually on and where it's not really on. So I started going up the stairs again and I hear it again. Sounds like the tap's on. So I go back in the bathroom where it was on. The tap was on. I didn't even know what to think. I was like, okay, like I obviously brushed it off because I was home alone. I didn't want to scare myself. So I just turned it off, left, and I went upstairs. So that was one of the first moments where I knew that there was something happening in my house. Other than taps turning on and off, there has been like the TV in my living room that turned on and off. There's one time that it actually scared me like so much. I was in the kitchen. My living room and kitchen used to be kind of an open concept, so we were able to see the TV from the kitchen. So me, my mom, and my brother were just chilling in the dining room. We're talking, having a good time. It was like, I don't know, like 11 or 12 at night. And then all of a sudden we like look in the living room and the TV's on. But it was super random because there's no like timer that could just turn on the TV. Like I know there's a timer that could turn off the TV, but with my TV, like you can't turn it on like a specific time. It won't go on automatically. So it was weird because we were talking about like creepy stuff and all of a sudden TV just goes on. I remember sitting there, like me, my mom, and brother were just sitting there staring at each other, and then we just stared at the TV and we didn't know what to do. Like I was in shock. I was like, okay. Like I remember getting up because they're like, go close the TV. I was like, okay, I'm gonna close the TV. So I got up and I remember walking to the TV and I was so scared. You know that feeling that you get when like you feel like someone's watching you? That's what I felt when I was walking slowly to the TV. I turned it off and then we went to go sit down and like nothing else happened that night. Like it was weird. It's random. So another instant that helped me to find that my house was haunted was when I was alone, like I said earlier, and I felt like people were watching me. It's just not a good time, you know? So another event that kept happening as well, like I said earlier, when I was home alone, I felt like someone was watching me. And there was rooms in my house that seemed scarier than other rooms. I remember when my friends used to come over and they used to hate going in my laundry room. I never understood that. Like I always got creepy vibes in my laundry room, but my friends used to be genuinely scared of my laundry room and I never understood why. So that's one of the rooms that was kind of weird and felt like people were watching you in. Also, just my basement in general was always creepy. Like I had a computer room down there and it just always felt like someone was watching you. Like even if you're just sitting down on the couch in the basement watching TV, because I had such a big space behind behind the couch. So the couch was here, and then there was such a huge open space behind the couch. It felt like someone was watching you like from behind, and it was just, anyways, it was not a good time. So that's just another thing that helped me realize that, yeah, my house is maybe haunted, you know, just a little bit. Another place that was actually really common for people to feel like they were being stared at was my hallway upstairs. So like there was 3 bedrooms upstairs, and my bedroom was at the end of the hallway. Every time my friends would come over, they would just hate walking up and down that hallway at night because they felt like people were watching them. So the upstairs hallway is just another spot where people felt watched. I also had my friend Julie that you guys seen in my Ouija board video where we played in the cemetery. She had a dream in my old house that there was like a creepy doll standing at the end of my hallway. So yeah, that happened. Okay, I'm going to tell you one of the most traumatic experiences I had in my old house involving the paranormal. I haven't told this to many people because it genuinely still scares me. It's just something I can't explain, and it's just something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. In that moment, I felt like that right there was the moment I knew 110% that the paranormal actually existed. So this experience happened when I was 13 years old. I was in my basement. There was 4 of my other friends with me. Yeah, we were just hanging out, and sorry, I'm like thinking about it and it's just, I can't speak. So we were just hanging out, all of us. We're having a good time. We were laughing, we were making jokes, we were saying stories, whatever. In my basement, when you walk down, there was a huge open concept. A bit further in the basement, there was a couch, and then that was like the seating area, like where you'd watch TV and stuff. I was standing right beside the couch, and my friends were sitting on the couch, and I also had a bar that was like right beside the couch. People were sitting on the stools there, and just randomly, this happened so fast, okay? This happened like within a minute. So I was standing beside the couch, and I remember looking in the TV and seeing like, I don't know what it was. It looked like a woman, like on her hands and her knees, looking at me. But the reflection of the TV was on my bar. So I don't know if that makes sense. Like it was like a mirrored image of the bar. So she was on her fours, like on top of the bar, but in the TV. So I looked in the TV, I see that. Her hair was like this. And she was turned her head and she like looked at me from in the TV. Right there, I was like, what the heck is that? Like, I was like, my brain's playing tricks on me. Like, what? Like, or it's one of my friends obviously on the bar. So I looked at the TV where the woman was. I look back at the actual bar and there's no one on there. There's no one on there. There's none of my friends that are on their fours with their hair in front of their faces looking at me through the TV. That's when the panic started going through my body, because when I was looking at the TV for the first time, I was like, it's one of my friends obviously. We're like 5 people in the basement. But as soon as I looked to the bar and I realized that it was none of my friends and it was like something else, like it was obviously something else, that's when panic started going through my whole body. I was like, oh my god, like I started getting so dizzy. I remember looking back and forth, like I looked at the bar, looked at the TV, looked at the bar, looked at the TV, and I just kept doing that. And every time I did that, the woman in the TV wouldn't, like, she wasn't disappearing. She wouldn't disappear. She kept doing the same thing. It's not like she wasn't moving. She was still on her fours looking at me, all like Satan's coming at me. Like, what the heck is happening? I didn't understand. Like, what? That was the first time that I was that scared and had that much concrete evidence that the paranormal existed. I was in shock. I couldn't move, and eventually I like snapped out of it. I got super lightheaded, and I told my friends, like, I'm like, okay, I need to go outside. I need to go outside. I need some fresh air. I need to get out of this house. So we all went outside, and then I was fine after that. Like, it was weird. It's weird because usually people think that these experiences happen when you're alone in your house and there's no witnesses and there's no one around you. But this happened when there was a few of us in the basement. Like, we were a group of people, and that still happened to me. And I was the only one that's seen it. Like, I don't know, it's weird. And at that moment, I knew 100% that the paranormal existed. That was just for me. Like, I just knew that. And that's why I want to make content surrounding paranormal / creepy crime. Just like things that people don't really understand or things that people want to know more information about. So yeah, after that moment, literally nothing has been the same. There has been more paranormal experiences that had happened in that house. Like I said, if you want a part 2, let me know, because I will gladly make another video. I like sharing my experiences with you guys. So yeah, simply just give it a thumbs up, because that honestly lets me know that you guys like this kind of content. I got a lot of thumbs up on my other story time, so that's why I decided to make this story time, since I know you guys like my scary story times. That is it for this video. Go follow me on social media if you want. I have my Instagram and Twitter right here. On Instagram, I post polls every week just so you guys can vote between 2 videos that you guys want to see for the next following Friday. I got nothing else to say, and I'll see you guys next Friday, because I upload every single Friday. I hope you guys like that scary story, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Not every day's gonna be a good day. Not everything is gonna go your way. It's all about the way you think. Rise from your past and don't sink.